asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi maa ngi leen di nuyu seen tur ak seen sant di leen jaar bu baax a baax waaye mu ne ne si àddina ñu ngi lay jaar di leen seet tey nag Elite Media ñëwee na noo xam ne duñ ko doon faral di ñëw duñ dee faral di ñëw during the day like this early waaye xam nga rek ki ko waral rek moo ko jar tey nag moom gis ngeen ne gan bu mag laa am nag si sama plateforme bi toog ak moom tey du kenn. ku mooy ñu ne Marisol suñ ne Marisol fi mu nekk nii mooy lumbe réew mi Marisol mooy yëngal dëkk bi mooy yëngal àddina because moom moo nekk jigéen bu nga xam ne ñoo ne daal dina make a difference in the Gambia dina make history and now let's hear it from her even though we know that she has been to a lot of platforms giving interviews I'm really feeling sorry for her right now because I know she's tired I know what it's like being but comme li ma ko wax keroog ne ko Mari yaa bëgg a nekk président de so you have to go to every platform and you cannot miss mine and I'm very happy to have her today on Elivia ma bàyyi ko nag mu nuyoo su ko defee si nuyoo ba pare nag ñu daal di xuus bi ko ci biir waxtaan bi nag dinañ ko blend dinañ ko booleeg angaleeg wolof bi yëpp la ñuy blend tey Mari, welcome on board. I'm very happy that you came on board and at a very short notice. And I would say that you're very bold and you're a strong woman. And yes, we're ready to start the journey with you. We'll see how far this will take us. You never know. You might be the next president of the Gambia. Who knows? Welcome on board, darling.
Thank you so much, Pato Rahman Coker. I appreciate your platform. I appreciate the encouragement that you gave me to be on this platform. Di ko nuyu nag Gambian yëpp di ko nuyu jigéen yi xam nga suma jigéen yi suma ndaw yi si bés bi tey si platform yi Pato Rahman Coker.
Jërëjëf. Mari, let me check with the viewers to see if we are on because from my end, what I'm receiving here, it doesn't look like it's connected to Facebook. So let's see what we've got here. All right. How are technology? Okay. It doesn't look like it's connected.
Oh.
Because I got people asking me, why are you still not on? We can't see anything. So it means that we are not on. Yes, we are on now. We are on. I can see it clearly. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're on, Marie. Sorry about that. Sorry about the hold up. Okay. Marie. Comme ni ma ko dee defee rek su ku mun a ñëw Elite Media rek ku mun a ñëw ci Fatoumata Coker platform ni ma ko dee defee rek mooy even though suñu la laajee questions yooyu sax we still ask you the same questions dañ koy commencé ci kaw wàcc si suuf parce que mun a ñëw jëlee ci suuf egg ci kaw comme noonu lañ koy defee li may njëkk a laajte rek can you tell us a little bit about Marisol's family background I'm just going to summarize it and then you just take it from what I have just asked and then we go with the flow we want to know about Marisol educational background, family, yes, up to the career level, and then we stop there, and then we take it from there.
Okay. Yeah, Pato Rahman, Marisol is a Gambian born on number 2 Makati Square in Banjul. Went to St. Joseph's Prep School and then went to St. Joseph's High School. Did 1 year in St. Teresa's because I have to mention St. Teresa's because I'm I teachers in primary 6 and then high school was all St. Joseph's. From St. Joseph's, I did 2 years intensive study when it comes to art because I was very good in art. Like I said, my friend Lala Kebe came first in the Gambia in art. So I second that and that was great in those times. This is 1984. So from there, I did 2 years, which was still 1987. But then at the same time, I was working. So I started work at an early age, 1986. I worked at the Atlantic Hotel under the care of Auntie Janketal. She was not only, I was not only working for her, she was like a mentor. Because when you're growing up as a young girl, you need somebody like a mother who can teach you values and things like that, especially when you're going out there in the work field. So from there, I started also having business, working and doing business, selling stuff. And then, like I said, worked also at Novotel, at the a la carte as a hostess. So these are all experiences that helped me to grow. But I've always in my life wanted more for myself. I always love the challenge because, like I said, if you have a mentor like Auntie Jankital and you see how she's pushing and everything, it gives you that, boost to want more for yourself. So from saying that, I was opportune to be able to travel, for example, to Ivory Coast and to be able to order pineapples and went through the experience of how all that worked and the business life. And I went into that business, so with that, I did so many other things. I was even selling, like I didn't say that on other platforms, so I was even selling in those days duty-free perfumes. I would buy expensive perfumes and, to the point where the duty free at the airport was like, you're competing with us and we can give you some to sell for us. So I had built that clientele base in a very early age. Then opportunity came to travel a lot. My first travel even was in high school to Senegal on the Colonel de Vacances. Growing up, I went to places like Mali. I went to places like Conakry, and all this is just me exploring and going into the art, into the African art. So moving to Europe, I stayed in Tenerife, the Canary Islands, and there, as I said before, I had my business. And it was a challenge having those business because you have to lobby for some of these business, but I managed to get them and worked very hard, tedious, with Spanish workers, going there after 3 months. It was difficult, but my ex used to tell me, no, I can't go to the supermarket with you every day. I can't do this with you every day. So I remember my first time I went, it was strange because I went to buy meat in the supermarket, and I was like, carne. They said, ¿qué quieres? I said, carne, carne. I kept saying carne, but that carne is meat. And they said, deal, and they helped me. They said, dile, quiero comprar carne. So I said, quiero comprar carne. So little by little they helped me and they came to, how do you call it, recognize me because in those days, in Tenerife, there were not many black women coming in that kind of supermarkets and stuff to shop. So I gained popularity, and whenever I go, they already know what I need and stuff like that. So these were my experiences and career in Spain, and then moving from there, prior to that had business in America. Also, I never mentioned the other platform. I lived in Berlin for a year, which is why I did that fashion face model for Elizabeth Arden in KaDeWe. KaDeWe is renowned. People that come from Berlin know exactly where KaDeWe is. It's on the Kufersendam, and it's one of the most notable stores, just like the Harrods in London. So to have, how do you call it, a face model or face paint from Elizabeth Arden was a big thing in the 90s because they didn't have much black models in those days. So that was that. And then later I did move to the US. And like I said, in the US as well, I already had something there and I worked hard, met good people that helped me accelerate, and unfortunately went into a marriage and then had the only good thing in that marriage was I had two beautiful kids, but then had a bitter divorce. And the reason why I went through that divorce was I don't accept anybody to abuse me because I didn't go, I didn't live my life or coming from an abusive family. So that was difficult for me, and I decided to change that narrative. But then things, worked out. I worked hard, built myself up, keep pushing for what I wanted to do in my life, keep pushing for where I want to be. I'm going to take those things. I'm going to definitely handle. Well, at that time you're running, it's like you're running 120 miles per hour. Going your way, so I think they need a bit hand over because you're just so tired. But thank God that made me the woman I am today.
Wow. I think I'll tell my viewers to just go home and sleep because right now wanga yep so jara tuta ju jeka little bit because somebody said so bye guys it kumpa bisa legi do you have it family you see you see women we have it all anyway put it all jokes aside well that's interesting you had a busy life I would say and doing my research I understand that you've always been very confident and you are one person who always wants to to stand out in a crowd in any way you go. Because I spoke to someone who said she has always been very loud. Mari has always been very loud. Mari will never keep quiet if she doesn't have to be quiet. She will always speak for people. She will always speak when speaking is necessary. She will always speak when she sees someone being bullied and stuff like that. So you see, doing my research, I come to realize you're the type of person. Can I say, is that one of the reasons, some of the reasons why you think that you could be the next female president?
Yes, because especially in Africa or as Black women, especially even in the US, I encountered that. I'm very outspoken. When I see injustice or when I see things being done, I feel that people don't have a voice. I am always that one to make the sacrifice to be that voice. So when I came back home and I see what the women are doing and what they are going through, and then when you talk to them, they basically it's like a shrug. It's like and when you talk to the youth, even when I'm interviewing someone, like a youth will come to my office, oh, auntie, I want a job. I say, okay, bring your CV. And then I'm doing the interview. They're very shy. They go, like, I'm like, no, I can't hear you. You need to speak out. You need to talk. You want a job, you need to sell yourself. I say, you cannot sit here and be whispering. And then tomorrow when I hire you, you downstairs and I can hear your voice. I'm upstairs and I can hear your voice all the way downstairs. So you need to speak up and speak out because that is the only way I can know who you are. So I tend to talk to a lot of people when it comes to youths and women and youth. I'm talking about boys and girls, and you come to realize that they're very silent and being quiet about things. That means you're carrying a lot of pain, and the only way you can let that out is when you speak out, when you have a voice. So I've done that for a lot of people. I've done that for a lot of women. I've done that for a lot of youth. And I think this is a big platform where this is one of the reasons I'm standing. And this is one of the reasons I said I'm standing for all the women and for all the youths. And I'm going to take the beating because I can handle the beating. I've been in the limelight. I've been around lots of people looking at me. I've been on stage. You develop a thick skin when you're in that arena. In those days in Gambia, I was the only one cutting my hair, coloring my hair, doing all that. And people even call me a punk rocker and all that. But I always try to prove to them it's not about my body, it's not about my hair, it's about what I'm doing. And little by little, they tend to say, fighter, because you never hear any scandal about me in the Gambia. You never hear anybody can stand and say something so bad or what I've done in the Gambia. And I maintain that integrity and I maintain that respect. But I still maintain who I am as far as my personal self. But when it comes to voicing what I feel, ak li nga xamne mom la gom, xam nga, bobu mom duma ko dé tiaxani. So xalé yi ak jigéen yi dama gis ne am nañ lu bari luñ mëna joxe, am nañ lu bari luñ mëna def, waye pour ñu génné ko wax ko dañ ko dé ragal because society allowed leen. And dañ wara try ñu break barrier bobu because buñ ko breakuté rek Gambia du dem kanam because jigéen yi yépp man gis naa jigéen yoo xam ne ñoo fi gën a powerful. It was like about 50, 50 countries or so in, all over the world that were in that GMAC program in Ethiopia. And I see them and they're strong and they're powerful. And I sat there and I listened to them. And I was very proud of myself when I was invited to stand on that podium or on that platform to give a speech. And I was the only one out of all those people that really came out with a presentation. You understand? So I was proud of myself to be able to stand there and do that. And I did that twice. The first week for, how do you call it, API, which is, how do you call it, Ask for Peace, organized by Ibrahim Asise, and he invited me on that platform and, gave me that platform to speak. And people were like, wow. So from that, actually, I was then invited for the following week to speak on this GMAC, which is Gender is My Agenda. And it was the most powerful platform of women that I've ever seen in my entire life and beautiful Black women all over the world. So if I can do that and speak and people listen, and they were, after that, taking my number, wanting to connect with me, to help them, to show them, I'm like, you know what? I can do this for my country. I can be that voice. I can take all this beating. I can take the punches for you. I can do all of that for you because I want all of you to get up and show who you really are, how resilient we can be, because we are the ones that are putting the men out there. We are the ones that are really behind the scenes, pushing our children to be the best we can be. So we can now do it on a bigger platform.
Okay. Do you think it's confident and being outspoken is mistaken for you being arrogant? Because a lot of people keep saying it. Like I said, this is no friend thing. It's like a proper interview. So people keep saying that she's very arrogant and stuff like that. Why do you think people think that you're very arrogant?
You know, when you come from a society where people are not open-minded, I'm good. They judge you. You know, why man, as time goes on, they will come to realize who I really am. Man, you ham degentan, dinañ la wax ne ki arrogant tut. You understand? You know, nit ki soko xamute dang ko oh hey, which is okay. You know, until they get to know you, they will not. I mean, you've been wanting to interview me. I said, oh, you know, it's too long. You guys don't respect time. He said, no, but you know, me, I'm always timely, and you have to be.
I'm
You have
always
to
late, but
accept.
I'm on time today for you. I'm always late, but for you
Exactly,
today.
exactly. I know, but you know, and we got to, you know, I got to talk to you prior to, and it was nice, you know, and
Yeah.
then I don't know, maybe from your judgment, from the little that we connected, whether I was arrogant, you see, and if I was arrogant, I would not have young people around me at all. You know, the Gambian youths. They don't tolerate arrogance. By now they'll be the one that kilim hamade, kilim li, kilim. But you see, they're all standing up because they can see, you know, somebody that they can relate to. And this is one of the reasons I think even me wearing jogging and tennis shoes and, you know, I make them have access to me. So if I
Mhm.
was arrogant, really, I don't think I would do what I'm doing today.
Because the reason why I ask that is people are very worried because you know what President Barrow has inherited, the Gambia he has inherited. We're still in that like not sure of what Gambia is. We cannot even really define Gambia yet because we are still at that rocky place. Still, we're still in a dark place, and we don't want like the first female president to come and sit there and be very arrogant. He's not transparent, will not talk to people, will not, if we invite her for an interview, she will not come out and talk to the people when it's necessary or when it's timely and stuff like that. So I'm 100% sure why people are worried and they keep bringing this up because I get people sending me messages like, okay, she's very arrogant, she's this, she's that, but it's okay, and I'm happy that I have asked and you have answered well. Anyway, I'm not here to judge. It's for I'm my
Mhm.
position here is speaking for the people. I'm only giving you or
Right.
asking you questions that I hear. My ears are on the ground. Anyway, let's move on. Um, it takes boldness and confident, strong, a courageous woman, and I wouldn't really say a very educated woman, but a street smart person as a woman to come out and declare to want to be a president. It is big.
Well,
How ready are
yeah,
you
I
for it?
don't know what. Say that again.
I said it is really big, but how ready are you
Yeah.
for it?
Let me tell you something. You see, when it comes to education, education is not about books.
Hmm.
You know, education is not about having a PhD. You can have that PhD and you cannot do anything. You can be a lawyer and that's all you can be. Now, let's say, for example, the market to being a lawyer is so saturated, you're going to be lost because you wouldn't even know what to do anymore because that is your field of study and you concentrated on that so much that you can't do anything. You can be,
Hmm.
how do you call it, a doctor. You see, it's good to be versatile. And I didn't go and I didn't believe in going and studying in one field. I made sure every time I want to do something, I want to go into something, I get myself certified. You know,
Hmm.
I was a loan solicitor in Chicago, and everybody knows that the real estate market in Chicago is very, very tough. You know, that's like cutthroat. And I was a loan solicitor. I was not only certified, I was licensed. Then I was an IATA agent and I was licensed and certified. So everything I do, I get myself licensed and certified. You understand? Now, to get licensed, even as a car dealer, even working at car dealership, I got myself a blue collar certified. In Ford, everybody knowing that, you know, when you work in the dealership, if you don't get certified, you don't get to that top level. So people that are working out there in America, they understand what I'm saying. You understand? Because this is also intense study that you have to, it depends. You can finish it in 1 month or you can finish it in 6 months or in 1 year, but then you're not making money. So in order to, you know, get it out there, and when you are certified, you get more people because they give you that badge showing that you are certified. Then the customers have confidence to come to you because they know you know your product. You understand? So this is, you know, when you talk about education, you have to define what education is really about. You know, you can be so educated but don't have a clue of anything. I've met educated guys. I met educated guys in DC. I sit and talk to them, and those guys, apart from what they study, they can't talk about anything anymore. They can't talk about anything. Listen, if I talk to people, they say, where are you from? And I tell them I'm from Banjul. They said, oh, I've been there. I said, really? They said, really? Yeah. I said, he said, it's an island of Bangu. I said, okay, no problem. So that shows you their level. I cannot hold a lot of conversation with a lot of people because they might be so educated, but they can say big words and all this, but they don't know much about life or way of life. And this is one of the reasons you can see it here. When this government started, we had technocrats. We have tons of technocrats. My friend, we didn't see anything happening.
Okay,
you can do practical, but you can't do theory.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. Mike, the question is, how ready are you, knowing the stigma that's going to come with it?
I am very ready. If I was not ready, I would not stand. If I was not ready, I would not announce it now. We are ready, and I'm not standing alone. No one can take a government alone. You understand? If I'm the president today, I'm expecting everyone that feels that they can do something to change the Gambia to work with me. I can't sit there by myself. It won't happen. But there are lots of Gambians in this country. Know how be. You see, it's not about the practical. It's about the theory. Hamga nakala. How to go. Hands on. I need people to work with me hands on so we can fix things. We are tired of reading it on paper and beautiful, documentation and policies and all that. But my friend, let's implement.
Okay. Being ready. It involves mentally, physically,
yes,
and financially.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I can see that you're mentally ready and physically ready. Now, financially, let's talk about the finance part of it. To become a president involves a lot of money.
Yes.
And now we want to know, how financially ready are you? Because it involves a lot of money. For Halis Bidijoge, what are you doing to support the campaign? Yeah, can I come in?
Wow.
What are you doing to support your campaign and to support yourself and to sustain your lifestyle? Because and stuff like that. How financially ready are you? I'm not going to sit here and ask you who's behind money. I'm not going to ask you that financial question. Yeah.
Yeah, Fatmata, when you look at the world, when there's campaign or when there's political leaders standing up, you have not seen any political leader that said they're going to pay everything for themselves. It's people that believe in them that endorse them. When you say endorse, they put their money in it. They support that person because they believe in the agenda of that person. And, that is where, right now you have political parties that are not even sitting in government. They've been supported for years and years and years. Unfortunately, they have not put the money where it's supposed to go. And we intend to do that. So, unless it's a multi-billionaire. You understand? And even the billionaire, they yokal. We've seen that in the US right now. Even a billionaire, I'm Khalis, I believe in you, and Lila am Kuriyokalla. Lolo it's not even hunger, it's not rocket science hunger. So smart if in a woman, I'm not Khalis, I'm going to small but they did them offend. That's a lie. I don't care how much money I have, eventually I will run dry. That's a fact. Right now, as I'm talking to you, we cooking, we paying car, transport. Every day the people coming to see us, they have to go home. You understand? They have to eat. We are doing a lot of things. We have to print stuff. We have to buy ink. We have to pay there's so much going on. But these things, I'm taking care of myself. You understand? But on a bigger scale, it is not just me. It is not about me. Let us forget looking at just because I'm an independent candidate. Let us look at Gambia as a whole. Lord Chimunti def.
Okay. To follow up that, we are expecting let's be realistic. I'm not expecting you to come into office and kill corruption, but we are expecting you to come into office and beat corruption. And the reason why I ask about your, if you're financially stable or you're financially ready, is like being a politician, wanting to run for office, it comes with a price because you'll be in debt to the person who is behind you. And if you want to sit and beat corruption, Mary, and you have people behind you that are going to fund what you're about to do, how will you beat corruption? Because these people, you'll be in debt to them at the end.
Yes, yes. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, whatever comes in, even if it's $1, like a few days ago, somebody donated $2,000. That is all that has come in so far. $2,000, which is my brother Murumani, and I applaud him for that school, for the electricity. I didn't even touch the money. The guy that brought it showed it to me. I called my assistant. I said, take this, book it, write it, and put it in the safe. Because I make sure everyone around me is responsible. And at this precise moment, I'm teaching them how to be responsible by making sure that there's one person who is responsible for that account. And you write it down and they take it to the, because I have like an accountant, then I have a secretary, the secretary brings that person up, it goes to the treasury, they look at the money, they count it, they receipt it, and then the accountant goes and takes it and put it in the safe. So even in our little office, we have already that organized system. You see, you cannot take corruption out 100%. But I'm hoping and praying that we can at least do 80 to 90%, take out corruption 80 to 90% so that the country can grow. I cannot control everyone that's going to be in the office. I cannot control everyone. That's why I said, but at least if we try to take out 80 to 90%, they can be them kana. So I'm doing this for country, but there are some people that are going to be around you who they're not going to do that. But I'm trying to make sure at least you gain 80 to 90%. Bu ko defee ñu gis suñ boppa si dëkk bi su stable su ñëpp stable billahi dina ñëw si benn platform boo xam ne kenn du soona, and that is more important because that's long-term goals. That's not short-term goals. That's long-term goals, and we need to stop these short-term goals. Bu dul loolu rek duñ dem kanam. Wow.
And I just want to ask, are you going to use, or what have you got to say to critics that keep saying that you're going to use the gender card to campaign? You're using two, the gender and youths, or like, are you going to keep using that? Because people are in fear. I'm in fear as well. Okay, he's who told you, Muneka president. Is it going to be like a jigen thing or what? Because we want, of course, everyone to be on board. Because all we keep, can I come in? Linde gina dega chi sawa. Mooy ne jigéen yi ak xale yi ñu may support si kaname ngam ñambasaale ne góor ñi tam boole naa leen ci. But are you going to use the fact that you're a woman to come on board? In as much as we want to support you, in as much as we want you to be the first female president of the Gambia, in as much as we want you to make history, it's not about being the jiggen. It's about what you can bring on the table. So it's two here that I want you to answer. Are you going to use that? And what can you bring on the table differently to what a man can bring on the table or any other woman can bring on the table?
You know, all these years, Fatu Rahman, we have the men using the gender card and we don't say anything about it. You know, I mean, for over 50 years, Gambia has been using the gender card. You know, they only use the woman to, vote and clap. But then when you go to the office, how many women do you have? You understand? So for me, that's a gender card right there because you already have so many men and few women working. And when you look at the positions these women were holding, apart from the former vice president, Aissatou Njie Seri, and maybe Fatou Mas, how many other women did you see in really high positions? You understand? So it shouldn't be like it's like 2% or of the population. You should at least have more women coming out there because these are the women that are standing out for you. It's a I don't know, how do you call it? It's a catch-22. You know, you can say I'm using the gender card, but of course, when I'm in office, I'm not going to just have women around me. And if you listen well to everything that I've been saying, I've been talking about the women should start standing up because all this time we've been allowing the men and they've been playing the gender card on us. We need to stand up. That doesn't mean our husbands and our brothers are excluded because if I say youths are not just women, youths are boys too. You know, so I'm not playing. When you look at that, you cannot tell me I'm using the gender card because if I was using the gender card, I'll say woman, and even the female youths. But I never said that. I said woman and youth. Youth meaning a boy and a girl. And when you are 35, you're still considered a youth. So they cannot say that I'm using a gender card. You understand? I'm standing for the woman because they don't have a voice in our society. We are always stigmatized. We have to be, then you want to make a see wine, then you want to talk. I see even some of the comments on Facebook, kina uti jeker or kina dem toga. You understand? Man, we want to talk, nga léegi fu ma nekkee dama war a tooga si dëkk bi bu ko defee ñun ñëpp mun a lekka te loolu lay def te amul góor amul jigéen
duñ nangu de duñ da nga bëgg a def kon bu baxee dafay xeeñ comme Adama Barrow yow da ngaa ñëw tooga mari
ñu ñëpp ci dugal loxo ñu lekk ko mu saf góor jigéen mag ak ndaw
okay nangu naa foofu moom nangu naa all right see these questions you must start with are very important because it's like our ears are on the ground. These are stuff that people keep saying and you know, Madam Gypsa, what are the challenges that you're facing being a woman and wanting to be a president? What are the challenges that you're facing? If you can just summarize it for me, it would be great. Because I remember, I have a little story. I remember when I came up and said, okay, I want to be, you know, I came and said, you know, wrote a lot of stuff and hyper dekabi, tasare dekabi, defi buzz, yakam dekabi, you know, ma wala na suma duge office model na fa am. And you know what? There is another model. You see, it's like we have the same vision. You know what I'm saying? When I came out, when I came out at first, it started as a joke. To be honest with you, for the first time, I'm going to explain this to people. I was talking to Fatou Kamara. If she's listening to me, she will come and confirm that. I was talking to Fatou Kamara, and I was like, Fatou, how does someone you president? To tell you the truth, what was written there, half of it was written by Fatou. We were joking, and we started sending texts, and we did stuff, and then I put it out there. To be honest, it started as a joke. But I took it seriously after because the way people criticized me, because the way people bring me down, because of the way people thought that a woman is not fit to be in office. You see what I mean? So then I went to Gambia. I did my research. I look at stuff and I'm like, oh, look, I'm a free spirit. I'm not ready for this. Let me give it. But what I was trying to tell people is that 2021, woman in office, we need it. Where are the women? They should come out because at that time I kept hearing people saying, "I'm not jigen you buga gene si why they get yemenin." So I came out to bring them out. I don't want to be a president. Even if I'm going to be in the political field, I want to have my political party. That is different from wanting to be a president. So now, because I know it was tough for me, but because it was a joke, I stood at the back and was laughing at people, and I never went to any interview because I didn't want to tell a lie or I didn't want the hype that was given to me to go over my head. But I know the challenges I have faced. What are the challenges that you have faced? Be it around friends, family, and even I know you have shaken the State House right now. So what are the challenges that you're facing right now?
Well, the challenges I'm facing, you see it all online. You know, people are talking, you know, family members are calling, but they're like, well, I'm not surprised. Which is funny because my family, they're not surprised at all because we come from a line of very strong women. You know, if you look at my aunties, somebody like Auntie Kuchufai, you look at Auntie Joanna, you look at my grandmother was a midwife at the Royal Victoria Hospital and a matron. You know, these are very strong women, and she took care of all her children, you know, when her husband died by herself and paid for them and everything. So I'm coming from that line of very powerful women. So when they saw that, they were not surprised. My mom was a very strong woman. You know, she was a teacher. Some people, if I see some people and they're looking like they're older than me, they're like, hey, your mom used to beat me. I want to waste in St. Teresa's junior school. And then she taught at St. Teresa's primary school. Then she became the headmistress as Mrs. Now. So, you know, these are women that I come from, you know. So, you know, that you were joking, I think it shows, and you saw what happened where people were talking but you have to develop a thick skin. You have to break that barrier, you know. And when I saw that in the Gambia, that women were, you know, I'm going to fit me. I'm not fit me. I've been in platforms all my life. I've taken more beating than they're doing. So it doesn't even bother me. I come home and I sleep. The only reason why I'm not sleeping, I'm trying to please everyone by answering my phone and returning phone calls. But I'm not bothered at all. I woke up this morning, my breakfast is on the table, I eat healthy. You know, it doesn't, because it's not sitting on my skin. I don't feel it. I have an agenda and I'm pushing that ticket. Yes. I have to stay focused. I need all of you to stay focused. You see, the whole thing is stay focused. If you say, I want to go to the top of that hill, stay focused and climb that hill. Let nothing stop you, because you will find rubble, you will find glass, you will find bottles, you will find anything going up that hill. But Keep kicking them down and keep moving up. Keep kicking them down and keep moving up. That's the whole goal. Just stay focused.
But what is the challenge? What language challenge do you face?
For me, these are the challenges, the insults and all that, but they're not really challenging because they're not challenges. I mean, I don't see them. My
So you have
challenge
no
is making
challenges.
sure
You're not facing anything at the moment that you would call a challenge.
what I see and all that. No, I have the youth around me. I have the women around me. I mean, and they're all working and doing their best. I mean, what other challenge?
Okay.
I'm enjoying this ride.
Wow, I like that. That's confident. That's pure confidence. I like that. And you know what? And you know what, girlfriend? We're gonna ride together.
Yes.
Take American laugh. No, take it even there, money. Anyway.
I'm enjoying this ride. Come on board, ride with me. I'm enjoying this ride.
That's how to go about it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I'm endorsing her because it's not my place to endorse. What I do is for me to ask you and then people to judge or to pick or whatever.
I want all
But
together.
at the moment in time, I'm liking what is happening in the Gambia because I mean 2021 is going to be interesting, and this is my dream. This is what I really wanted. And you know what? A feisty woman, a woman that's got it all, is out here to give it to give you Pepe, all of you.
Yes.
You forget them, Pepe. You forget them, Pepe. Make them make them know so. You know the joke.
This country, me granny them work, me auntie them work. You know, we all are strong women. So we say, you know, so why suma masi auntie Margaret, Mariam Jammeh, ñi ñep suma yaay lañ, suma yaay ñi ñoo ma yar. Xam nga? So suma amé yaay yu mel ko am fix. Bu ma amuté fix dañ ma saga because dañ ko Thank you.
Wow,
ñu gëna am jikko noonu.
Lady Mary, we have seen you, or we heard that you have been to few political parties. You have been behind what they have been doing. So, what would you say to people that keep saying that you went there to steal ideas, preparing yourself to come out and say this, to make your declaration? What would you say to that?
Yeah.
And what have you gained from those parties that you have been to? And what can you bring onto the table differently from those parties that you have been to?
First of all, parties you know, so one can see party in the initial stage. You understand? So parties in am dama boka te feka rank stangu ñom xam nañ lima ci def ñom xam nañ liggéey ma ci def ñom xam nañ xaalis ma ci def ñom xam nañ lima ci soné man 3 months ma ngi tëj suma office di dedicate suma hell ak suma katan ci parties yoyu am nga benen party bi ma dimbalé form is the same thing bu fekkee dañoo have our constitution we all worked on all of that why you know why so gisee ma génna because of agenda yi du beena xam nga man suma roadmap soo ko gisee sax nekkul ñoom seen roadmap is completely different waaye li ma am pour def loo xam ne dafa uti ak ñoom loolu unfortunately Fatou Rahman comme ni ma waxee ñëpp duma ko mun a share because I'm right now an aspiring independent candidate so maa ngi liggéey si manifesto bi waaw te xale yi ñoo nekk di ko toppatoo xam nga once in a while they will even go and change something because it's not suiting them or they add something that they feel should be added so I'm allowing them to work with me because ñoom moom manifesto bi. You understand? It's designed so that all of them can see themselves into it, you know? So everybody will have a copy. Because it's the roadmap and it will be even on billboards. Wow.
That's right. I respect that and I will give you that. Taylor do yomba Mari because ñaari jigéen la and people toog nañ xalaat ne all right tey dafa metti Fatoumatta Coker mu ngi bëggoon a toog so léegi naka la moo ñëwee muy interview ku nga xam ne anyway whether ba bëggoon a toog or bëgguma toog this is the different Fatoumatta Coker Elite Media. So tey du yomba I will give it to you as it is because bëgguma mu mel ni ne I don't want to go out of here thinking ne oh I was very soft with Mary because jigéen la may jigéen. No, we need to give it to you very tough because to be honest with you I noticed something the way of questioning and the line of interview bu la nit ñi di jox I have never seen anyone giving that before. You have the toughest, man. That I know for sure. Right, that I applaud you for what you're going through right now. But still, let's go with the question. What do you have to say to people that keep saying she is broke, she knows that this is her only way of coming up again or to enrich herself? because we know what she has been doing. Business have not been going on for her. So this is the quickest way to make money in the Gambia by joining the political race, by joining the political field. What is your take on that?
I'm going to feel the political parties you have no stay because you pam pam pam. I'm going to more when I financially help some of those parties and financially help start them. Even the last one that's not even registered, I put in a lot of money in them. And mind you understand? My daughter finished in the U.S. Navy and has a great job. My son as well right now is in the U.S. Navy. America, I have a beautiful life. You understand? I have a beautiful home with my daughter and stay with her. I will enjoy. Why? I feel, man, this is not even about me. It's about giving back to the Gambia. It's about my legacy, about coming back and giving back. You understand? Because I feel that the first half of my years, donate nako jox nako suma domi topato na suma domi be ñom ñep fu mu nekk ni de independent santa yalla bembari a lot of people cannot say that. You understand? So legi lan la wara def di dem America talk di setan tele suba be gudi man I don't have time for that. So instead of wasting my time just sitting there watching TV, I want to take that knowledge. It's all about knowledge because knowledge is power. Take that knowledge, share it with the young people. One len nakala bu ko defé dekk bi mëna dem kanam. People will talk. Listen, even if I was you know, it's funny. The men that before they went into politics or before they even formed a party, they didn't have anything at all. All these so-called men that are now in politics and in parties or in government that have money from other people giving them money. Prior to that, they didn't ask them these questions. But if you come to my office, you come and visit. When you come to Gambia, you see my office. I have a complete office. You understand? Man, my life is comfortable, but it's not about that. I don't need to do any of this, and I'll be fine. I'll live a very healthy life. Why? What is the use? I don't even feel well with myself. So I'm giving to the youth. Lima ham more important. Jolen ko pour ñom tam ñu jang xam the best way. Lajal yu ci nek suma bor. Since bi ñëwé suma bor, da nga gis change ci ñom. Ñu ngi jang, ñu ngi understand, ñu ngi read. Ka mënu tona pronounce, mu ngi pronounce. Xam nga because I like to empower people. Man non la mel naturally. That is how I am because buguma kuma njege sa ma sanse sa yow sanse wulo. It irritates me. Understand nga sumay read dama buga nima read read lolu. You guys are gonna see an epitome of change. Billahi wallahi tallahi change bi ngeen gis CUC ak ndawi bi ngeen teach because I am not only standing, I'm also sensitizing them. You understand to be the best they can be.
Okay. I like that Tuti. We know it is tough being a woman wanting to hold office. And am na jigéen ñi fi ñëwoon ñu fi taxawoon bëggoon xam nga hold very high position in society. Ndax bi nga génn si pour ne da nga bëgg a nekk a politician. Have you been to any of them to seek advice or to talk to them or to tell them what your intentions are? Have you done that to all these women that we feel they have hold high position in society?
Well, no, I didn't go because like I said, they were not dealing with the crowd that I'm dealing with.
Yes.
Wow, understand, guys. You see, they were not dealing with the crowd that I'm dealing with right now. The crowd I'm dealing with right now is the youths. You understand? And to be able to deal with the youth, il faut nga wàccee sa bopp tuuti nga mun a toog ak ñoom ci seen fi ñoo naane ataaya fi ñoo toog seen kër yi xam nga ku mun a toog fii may tegal lamba xam nga lamba du fil bu yomba lamba da ngaa jóg nga dem si bij bi guddi di leen seetaan ñuy bëri ñu toog ñuy waxtaan ak yow nga dem biir Dipakunda fi ñoo def seen naka tuddaati seen gaamo yi pour lamba ñu invite la digi guddi nga nekk fa ba tuusi njël toog ak ñoom xam nga di seet activity yi bokk seen activity yi loolu ñoom si all of them they didn't do that. So they cannot really advise me when it comes to things pertaining to the youth and what the youth need. So man fi ma dem dafa utee you know suma mag lañ suma yaay lañ mun nañ ma helal understand nga mun nañ ma advice generally waaye man bi ma jël part boobu man ma am pour investigate ko suma boppa bokka ci ba nga xam ne xam naa seen lifin waxtaan ak ñoom ñu wax ma dëgg-dëgg li nekk si seen biir lan moo leen métti ki nga xam ne jàng na ki nga xam ne jàngut ki nga xam ne mu ngi jaay marché xam nga lu tax ngay def lii mu wax ma toog ñu toog man keroog si guddi 12 am maa ngi biir Dipakunda maa ngi toog ci suuf ak ndaw yi ñuy maa waxtaanal man loolu laa am ak ndaw yi si biir dëkk bi te man gisuma ñoom ñu def loolu soo duñ ma mun a xelale si side boobu duñ ma mun a xelale si side boobu.
Okay, all right, understand naa kooku fi mu nekk nii Gambia dafa damage man loolu laa dee wax ba léegi. I don't know if you know the magnitude of what you are going to inherit if you become a president. Maybe you know, I don't know. I'm not in your head. But what can you give the Gambians to give them that assurance in it? The people that we trusted as women sat with high position and they failed us. The likes of Dr. Isaac Tuture, people keep saying, I'm just saying it as it is. The likes of Dr. Isaac, Isaac Saidi. Are you okay, Mary? Dr. Isaac Tuture. People keep saying that they failed us, they let us down. What can you give us to give us that assurance and assurance in it? You are coming with a difference. I know you're waiting for your manifesto, but I'm sure there's something you can tell us because Gambia, they need to trust la. And right now, that's why people are like this. It's nothing to do with Jigen class or the other. People want to make Jigen class, but the big problem that we have here is when we gave Jigen class a chance, this is what we had in return. Instead of being the mother of the nation, they failed us terribly. So what can you give us to give us that assurance you are coming with a difference?
Well, one I'm not law hamne dafa xew ci society because society dañ la dee jooj bala ñoo xam yow lan nga mëna def tey suma kaala wuloon wala ma sol kaala wala ma lifin you foog ne man dama yiw you understand you foog ne I'm fit to be a president. Why? Because ma mel ni olu wuñ ma you understand because kii dafa stylish kii dafa lii dafa lali bu fekkee ne dama join on the same club di ngeen ne kii day yiw na waaye boo moytu sax dina mel ni yow. Why I come with a difference for the simple reason I want people to understand it's not my looks that is selling, it's what I am saying. Listen to what I'm saying, and there's more coming because I'm going to create platforms where I'm going to start sensitizing the populace about their rights and a lot of things. When you understand government, you understand nakala need pour votal need because a lot of people like la hol jimma kii day am na jimma dinañ ko votal kii day def na ni ñu votal la then the person talk xam nga mu si xam nga deful li mu war a def ngeen mer te fekk yéen a ko fa teg because yéen jëlu leen time pour assess actually li mu mun a def xam nga am PhD taxul nga mun a implement understand nga it's a beautiful paper study nga ba jàng soo na nga aj ko sa maraaj but ndax di nga mun a li nga jàng ndax yow sax mun nga koo teg si table bi so soo leen nekkee di judge nit by appearance of course mistakes yi dafa am because it's not about the appearance it's about what the person is saying. You déglu ko ak xel ñu ko déglu ak ni mel soo sansé rek wala nga sol xaftaan rek wala nga sol xaftaan sol mbaxana téye cruise rek ñu ne kilifa la mun nga nekk criminal sax waaye because téye nga sol nga xaftaan téye cruise rek ñu ne kilifa nga waaye suma maasi suma ñëwee xool rek ñu ne jàng yi te fekk xamuñ ne sax man maam laa you understand. And this is what is wrong in the society. So what I'm bringing different is already what I'm talking about. I'm with one political party who had this kind of platform prior to announcing the candidacy. Then, man, I've not announced any candidacy. I said I'm an aspiring. My platform, can you drill any? None have been drilled, and I think I've been answering all the questions with my, with truth. I'm just talking from the heart because of my feeling of digga so ko gisee den ko wax ku la ko laajati ëllëg din ko mun a wax su ma ko laajee in 1 year tam dinaa ko répétaat du ma wax
I understand nga lu tax Gambia bi am that concern and why I came because gis nañ fi Dr. Isis Touré obviously but gis nañ fi yeah gis neen fi loolu so dangaa gis ne surtout ma ñeneen nit ñi du góor ñi rek sax maa ngi wax ay jigéen dañ feel ne ñun jigéen yi tamit suñu may chance this is what we do we spoil it instead of we make history gis nga fu gars yi di waxee I hope you understand that all right moving on from that we notice ne Aïssatou Touré, some people are saying that you're not really making a difference because when Aïssatou Touré came out, she came as an independent candidate. Why did you come as an independent candidate and you did not register a political party? Because to me, that would have been history. Because I'm not a political party. Why?
No, I don't want to register a political party because political parties are very bad. That is a fact. Why not before senior platform? I see some amateur colors. Right now, even as an independent, I'm trying to use 3 colors. You understand? I'm not using colors because we are all opening political parties. Then you have all these people in there, certain agenda